Today I am back with Zigzag. Oscar, how are you?
I'm going well, thank you, Jack.
Excellent, because I've got an interesting idea and I have not told Oscar what the idea is. So you've witnessed me play GeoGuessr rather terribly for quite a few months now, correct?
Look, you said it, okay? I didn't say it.
And I imagine you've probably watched me make similar mistakes over and over again, correct?
Some, yes.
So what I've done is I've got a piece of paper in front of me that says Zigzag's cheat sheet. And basically, you've got about 3 minutes to just tell me as many tips as you can think of that may aid me specifically, and then we're going to 1v1 and see if it helps at all.
Okay.
So I've put you on the spot. You haven't really got much time to think, but I'm ready with my pen. Please start telling me stuff.
Okay, so we know hemisphere, check the sun. So number one would be check the sun.
I'm good at that one, I think, these days.
Number two, all the countries in the Americas drive on the right side. Same for Europe apart from UK and Malta and Ireland.
Okay.
Three, yellow center lines are very uncommon in Europe. So you should always check the center lines.
Wait, you go too fast. UK, Malta, Ireland. All right, what was that last one?
Yellow center lines are very uncommon in Europe.
Okay.
So if you have yellow central lines, then you should consider going away from Europe. They're possible, but just very unlikely.
Right, got it.
Yellow outer lines, so yellow on the outside with white in the middle, that would be either Southern Africa or Middle East.
Ooh, okay.
Languages in the north of India have a straight line at the top of the language, so like the Sanskrit text, whereas in the south of India, they don't have a straight line at the top of the text.
I've drawn a line above North India.
If you are unsure about which direction people are driving in, you can check the steering wheel.
Ooh.
A steering wheel on the left means the country drives right.
I'll write steering wheel right now. Okay, you've got about a minute left to give me more advice.
Remember that there are many countries outside the EU that also have EU strips.
I did not know that.
Turkey has EU strips, they're not in the EU at all. Ukraine does not have EU strips, but it does have a tiny yellow and blue flag like their flag, so you can sometimes see that.
Okay.
If you're in Kazakhstan, you'll always have like a big truck blur.
What, as in the Google car?
Yeah, the Google car is always huge.
Okay, got you.
Same thing is normally the case in Africa. Most countries outside of Southern Africa and the rest of Africa have a big Google car.
Got you. You got one more thing for me?
Due to privacy laws in Switzerland and Japan, the camera is set a bit lower, so it will feel like everything's lower and the blur will be wider.
And that's Switzerland and Japan.
That is true, yeah.
Everything is indeed written on my Zigzag GeoGuessr cheat sheet. I'm very curious to see if it aids me at all. Should we get into a game and see what happens?
Or can I add one more?
Go on then.
Red dirt is very common in Brazil and Africa.
Getting the dirt in. Last minute mention.
So what format are we playing here?
You pick the map of whatever you reckon would make the most sense, and we'll go in separate calls, and we'll see what happens at the end of game one.
So you're going to play moving, I'll play NMPZ, and just normal settings apart from that?
Yeah, the classics, the classics.
I would say good luck.
All right, good luck to you. I've honestly no idea how much this is going to help. There's some great advice there, but how much am I going to actually be able to use? We will see. Well, I've got no yellow lines. I've got no white lines. It's obviously European, isn't it? Let's be honest. And I would guess probably near sort of Northern Europe, this area around here. I don't think, looking at this, there's much info for this first one. I mean, I could try and find some number plates, maybe. That might help. But there's actually not really any cars, so I can't even look if they're on the left and the right.
We have a very difficult round, to be honest, to start off with here. On a dirt road, the way the road is so narrow here, it makes me think of Europe. As well, this kind of bridge, the kind of metallic style bridge, also reminds me quite a lot of Europe. Whereabouts, though? That is a good question. I could not quite be sure. I'm thinking of Poland here. I can see a tad of this house over here. It looks kind of Polish. The field, the shape of the field looks Polish too. I'll go for the middle.
Okay, there is a car. Can I get a look? I can't see the registration plate because the boot's open. I've got a wheelie bin though. He's dropped a guess. He can't move, obviously. I can't see an EU blue there. There's probably a little EU blue. I'll just go around Belgium for this first one. We'll not go crazy. So it's actually down in Croatia there, but he went with Poland. Obviously, he can't move.
Jack's guess is at least good. He went Europe, so that's nice.
Here we go. We might actually get some info here. So, we're driving... I can't work out where we're driving.
I actually have one of the metas I mentioned. The yellow outer lines are probably present here, but it's so sandy. So hopefully Jack can make it out to somewhere where they actually can be seen. Now, the question is this Oman or UAE? I thought more UAE, but I'm not sure. I guess I'm going to go United Arab Emirates here, but somewhere in the Gulf states.
Which side are we driving on? It's all narrow roads. Oh, this is the worst. Let's check the sun. Sun's in the south, so northern hemisphere. We do have some text. Okay, it looks Middle Eastern based on that. Can't see that number plate. He's dropped a guess. I'm trying to have a look. I want to go towards Egypt, you know, but I don't know if that's a ridiculous guess or not. Let's go for it. Damn, it was UAE.
Jack is in Egypt, not a country that has Street View. Maybe I should have mentioned more countries that don't have Street View that I think Jack would be likely to guess. I should have done that, actually. Next one here immediately reminded me of France. So in France, you get this kind of very textural road. It's not very smooth. It'll be like a little rocky. I don't know why they do the asphalt like that, but it is actually pretty recognizable. We have pine trees, reminds me of the south of the country. Canola fields as well is interesting. I think it's southern France, maybe towards Limoges.
Oh, where's me lines? I want some, like, cool lines on the road. I want some yellow lines or some white lines. I want to see some cars so I can see which side of the road they're driving on. Right, we've got EU blue, not Ukraine, is what I've deciphered. This looks once again kind of Northern European, maybe Poland type area. It's amazing that he's able to throw in these guesses when he can't move. Should I go a similar spot again? Maybe Poland, and I'll go over this way, just in case. I should have just stuck with this area.
That is going to be big damage. Not enough to knock him out, though. It's a good enough guess from Jack. Doing a good job of surviving here.
We have yellow in the middle. Yellow center is not European, and he can see that yellow as well, so he'll be talking about it. We've got a stop sign, Mount Sherbrooke. It's probably Americas then, do you reckon? It actually looks kind of UK, right? These trees are so English looking. I mean, this is going to be it for me, really.
Next one's not going to be so easy for him, though. We're in the middle of nowhere. We do have a yellow line, which is going to be very useful. Something I could have mentioned is that the single yellow line is very uncommon in the US, very common in Mexico and Canada. And because of these trees in the background looking like a cold climate, it's going to be Canada. And this pole top specifically very common in Ontario. So question is, where do we want to go in Ontario, really? I'm thinking it's more towards this direction over here. Not really too sure, though. Let's just guess that.
He's dropped the guess. Yeah, it's got to be US. It's just very English-looking trees, in my opinion. We'll go towards Washington and New York. Why not? Anything else I can see on the cheat sheet? Nice, yeah. Okay, it was actually over in Canada. And there we go. That is it over for me. With the cheat sheet, I may have got unlucky on those rounds because they were all kind of just rural single-track lanes other than that last one.
One little nice tip is that the single yellow line, that is really uncommon in the US.
Ooh, that's getting added to the cheat sheet pronto.
Maybe after each one, I can give you one extra.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I want you to, like, tell me if you get anywhere, like, you really are helped by the cheat sheet.
The last one had the yellow lines. The foliage to me looked quite British, if anything, but I knew with the yellow line and then the signs, it obviously would be more towards the Americas.
Maybe you were just fooled by the fact that it was so overcast.
Yeah, that's probably what it is, the white sky. Look, that was the warm-up game. We knew that I was going to lose every single one. Hopefully we'll get some better rounds here. Oh, right. We've got single white line. We've got driving on the right. So, think about this, Jack. All of America drive on the right, and so does most of Europe, apart from UK, Malta, Ireland. Where is the sun? Can we see the sun? Yep, so it's in the southeast, I think, so we're northern hemisphere. Let's check out. Oh, the car's gone.
Ooh, this first one is good fun. So, we are going to be somewhere in Iceland here. Now, Iceland has almost no trees, so I think Jack will probably recognize that. It's quite a unique place. I gotta ask Jack if he's been there, actually. I can't remember. But yeah, we've got ocean to our east here. We've got this white moss everywhere. The white moss does remind me of the south of the country. Could be over here. Well, that could work, couldn't it? We do see land. Wait, we do see land to our east. The fact that we can see land east makes me want to guess, like, over here. Not entirely sure.
We have white lines, which suggests we are not in the Americas, right? So this is feeling European, isn't it? Oh, it's quite a nice spot, too. Got some nice mountains in the distance. I'm going to return to the start, and I'm going to try... Oh, we've got a car behind us. Maybe that's going to give us a clue. What we got? Oh, weird. We've got what looks like a lot of blue and a bit of yellow. Could that be Ukraine? He said that you can kind of see a Ukrainian flag. This can't be Ukraine, though, right? He's dropped a guess. I don't think that's a blue. This is a weird one. I might go with, like, Iceland, to be honest. Yeah, let's try Iceland. Hope for the best. You never know. Phew, it was Iceland, and I was actually slightly closer. Let's go again. Let's see what we got. Right, this looks to me, we don't have a particularly big truck. Cool. Sun's directly above, so I'm thinking kind of equator, but northern hemisphere. So maybe, could be around this area of Asia.
We have these Palmyra palms. They're like big pom-pom palms. Quite common in Indonesia, Philippines, Cambodia, Thailand. Also possible in the Americas. This has a bit of a Southeast Asia vibe though, doesn't it? I would think it's like the Nusa Islands, maybe like Flores here with these palms. Seems to be something that's pretty common around there. To our southeast, we have some hills. Good fit for this kind of area.
What have we got here? Any clues? Not really. Yeah, he's dropped a guess. Yeah, we'll go for it, shall we? Should we go around Malaysia? Let's drop the guess. Oh, nice. Do you know what? That's not a terrible guess for me. It's done quite a bit of damage to me, but I'm actually quite pleased with that. This is definitely going better than round one. Oh, here we go. Yellow markings. Yellow center, not European. Yellow on the outside, Southern Africa or Middle East. There's a little bit of yellow, you could say there, but I'm not going to pay too much attention. Nah, it's not yellow, it's leaves.
Next one here, this is going to be Colombia. We have the yellow license plate. I should have talked about yellow license plates as well. If I end up winning on this round, then I'll definitely share that one. But regardless, I mean, we're in the mountains. It's a fairly generic landscape here. I'm thinking just clicking towards the middle would be my hunch here is the best guess.
What side of the road are we driving on? We're driving on the right again, so it's got to be Americas, right? Maybe South America, do you think? Not totally sure where. We'll shove ourselves around Colombia. Why not? Let's hope for the best. Nice, it was Colombia. Oh my god, we're geniuses. I mean, we did lose again, but we're still geniuses. Okay, next up. Right. Presumably driving on the right. Yes, we are. We've got some text up here. Looks kind of Spanish, right? We've got sun in the northwest, so I think South America again. We've got white lines on the road. No yellow there. Getting a few less clues.
Next one here, we have full white lines. I'm really annoyed here because this is the big exception. This is Chile, the country that uses all white lines in the Americas. So I'll give Jack a bit extra time here, I think, just to be nice.
Let's have a look at the cars if we can. Where's my car gone? All the traffic's just flying away from me anytime I try and get near anything. I'm just dipping from one side of the road to the other. Okay, here we go. Can't really see a registration plate. We are driving on the right. We've got a .cl. So is that Colombia? It's got to be, right?
Whereabouts do we want to go? We have Southeast Hills. Should be a bit further south in Chile here, I think. Maybe like Los Angeles or something like that. Could make some sense to me. Santa Barbara looks pretty decent here. Looking onto East Mountains like that. I don't know. It feels like we're on a main road though. I don't know, guys.
I'm thinking it's got to be Colombia, but is there just anything that might help me out? Don't think so. Let's go with it anyway. We'll go over this way. Why not? Ah, Chile. CL. Yeah, that makes sense. That's annoying. That's irritating. That's killed me off.
Hello, dearest friend.
Okay, that was a slight improvement, to be fair.
I mean, both games you would ballpark every time, no?
That was definitely much better than round one, and I did get to use some of the cheat sheet ones on that round as well, so I was quite pleased.
So Chile is actually the biggest exception within the whole of the Americas. They're the only ones that always use all white lines.
Oh, that's getting written straight on the cheat sheet.
And the other thing I wanted to mention to you was yellow license plates. Colombia is the only country in South America where you'll have normal vehicles with yellow number plates.
Yellow license plates.
Nice, we're doing some good learning here. I like it.
Could you imagine after 4 years of playing GeoGuessr, I actually start learning things?
I would love to see you have like a arc where you like level up on jewels and actually like go ahead and like become 1,000 rated or something.
Imagine me playing GeoGuessr outside of our monthly recordings. We're on an upward trajectory right now. Let's keep it moving.
Next round, let's go.
All right, we are driving on the right as per usual. Kind of looks like, I would have said like Jordan or something. Yeah, that could work. That could work. We've got those kind of Hebrew texts. Are we on a big truck? We're quite high up. Big truck, blur, Africa or Kazakhstan. No, it's not going to be Africa or Kazakhstan, is it?
We're going to be in Tunisia here. Now, unfortunately, I told him that cars in Africa outside the south normally have a big blur, and Tunisia is the one exception to that. So, of course, we get the exception, but, you know, whatever. Tunisia can be recognized by these long dashes on the outside, this, like, black Google car with the police follow car behind it. That is what I'll give him as a tip if I end up doing a lot of damage here. With the hill in the background, I'm a little confused, to be honest. Are there hills out here? It's quite flat landscape, so I'm wondering where this should actually be. But regardless, it's definitely going to be Tunisia.
It's a dark-looking number plate. I think it's got to be United Arab Emirates or Jordan, maybe, that kind of place. I think maybe with the colors of the cars, I'm thinking United Arab Emirates again. Ooh, do we have a flag? We have a little red flag there. That could be very useful. Tunisian? Could be a Tunisian restaurant, or are we actually in Tunisia? Oh, this is a risk. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go near Tunis. Please don't just be a Tunisian restaurant in another country. Phew! We're not closer, though, but we were in the right country. That was close, because that would have really hurt if I'd gone over in Jordan, or even worse, UAE.
Ooh, Jack, good job. I wonder if he found a flag or if he actually just got it, because if he just got it without flag, count me impressed. And so we are looking at some Canada here, I would say. So Canada has these hooks on the top of the pole, as well as the US. It's very common to see in North America in general, and it looks very cold, so I'm just thinking Canada here. Could see a bit of Quebec or Ontario action here, I think. South-southwest angle. The fact that it's not a north-south grid would remind me of Canada more than US, and maybe specifically out here.
Dirty road. We've got some wheelie bins, so it's got to be European if we've got the wheelie bins, right? They've got a lot of boxes. What are they doing with all them boxes? I thought that was a flag for a second. Got very excited about it. So I can't look at any tracks. We can see that we're in Northern Hemisphere. We're going to try and find a car for the registration plate. Can I spy one? Oh, why are the registration plates so perfectly covered? Is there a bit of blue? There's probably, yeah, there's got to be. This has got to be some somewhere like Switzerland. There was something he said for Switzerland, right? It was lower camera in Switzerland. Camera's not that low, so maybe with that in mind, we don't go Switzerland. Maybe I go more Scandinavian instead. Yeah. Maximum speed 50. All right. Registration plate? No. FrightyTurner.com. No clues there. I'm kind of scared, you know, that we might be over in North America. But surely not, right? Do they have wheelie bins in North America? Do I need to go North America. Oh my god, get me out of here pronto. I'll go right there. That was about to be a really bad guess. It was the wheelie bins. I didn't know they had wheelie bins in North America. I saved it though, kind of. I'm hanging on a bit.
Anyway, next round here looks like Russia. So Russia will often have these like yellow borders on the outside of their signs pretty commonly. Doesn't happen too much more apart from that in Europe. And this does feel like the west of the country to me. Maybe somewhere around Moscow. Maybe even further west, to be honest, with this hogweed, these kind of white flowers on the side of the road. I would probably just hedge it over here in like Novgorod Oblast.
Okay, road markings. Beautiful. We've got white lines. Let's check the sun first of all. It's kind of overcast. Sun, I guess, north. So maybe southern. We don't have yellow lines anywhere. We've got white lines only. Let's find the cars then if we can. Come on, get me to the cars. Quick. Faster, faster. He's dropped a guess. I'm a bit panicked on this one. Right, we've got a car. We've got a car. What we got? I don't know. I'm panicked. I'm panicked. I've gone in the US. I think it's wrong though. It was wrong. Ah, it was over in Russia. That's definitely seen me off. Nightmare. Oh no, I'm actually still hanging on. That was a bad guess. It's the first bad guess in a while.
This one, I know the road. We're going to be in this road. Wait, do I? It's going to be Bolivia. We are traveling northeasterly, probably either on the 9 or on the 7. I would suggest probably the 7 though.
We're driving on the right. We've got a yellow line in the middle. Canada has one yellow line in the middle, but this doesn't look very Canadian. This has got to be South American, right? Where's the sun? The sun is south, so in that case, maybe it's Mexico instead. What have we got here? Yeah, that looks Spanish, right? Got wiggly, wiggly roads. These guys could look Mexican, I reckon, maybe. Yeah, it's got to be Mexico, right? Yeah, we'll go for it. He's dropped a guess. We will go southern Mexico, judging by all the nice foliage and stuff. Yeah, let's guess it. Ah! Oh, he's incredibly close. Over in Bolivia. Right, that's done me, that.
Good game, Jack.
Wasn't a bad start, but then I think it was the Russian guess that just absolutely let me get down.
Russia one was, unfortunately, the bulk of the damage there.
Where would I expect white lines in the center, to clarify?
All over Europe, many places in Africa. Also, Southern Africa has yellow on the outside, and Middle East has yellow on the outside. Full whites, like we had here, white in the middle and white on the outside, is just standard in Europe and can happen elsewhere as well.
Got you.
Good job on getting Tunisia. That was impressive. So how did you get that correct?
I found a Tunisian cafe. But part of me was worried that, you know, obviously there's like Italian cafes all throughout the UK. So it was a bit of a gamble, but I'm glad that I went for it.
Worked out nicely.
Yeah. Well, I reckon we do 2 more full games. I'm not here expecting I'm going to overtake you at some point, but I am hoping that I can close the gap and have some longer games.
It's like survival mode, Jack.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's see. Good luck.
You too. Ooh, right. Okay, we got big truck. Nice. No, he said big truck blur was Africa and Kazakhstan. This isn't really blurred, is it? This is very rural. We've got a big distance covered with each click. Where is that sun? The sun is kind of in the middle of north and south. It's right on the east, so that's not very helpful. This is going to be a terrible first guess.
First round here. It looks like we're on Mars, man. What is this? First things first, it's 2024, so new coverage. We're on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. This is actually kind of insane. I would have to assume that this is new coverage in Oman, because like where else would we be? I mean, it just looks insane. Oh, we do see some life in the background here. Like to the north, we do see some slight hills. Okay, then I would think maybe around the town of Adam. It has to be even more rural though. Going north, northwest, something like this maybe.
So I want to go in Africa. Such a big, scary truck. You know, it could be kind of high security type thing, but it might be like Middle East or something. It could even be like Chile. I'm really quite stuck here. I imagine he's just giving me some time here to think. Do I have anything on my cheat sheet about this? Can we see a steering wheel to see which way they're driving? Not really from here. Okay, he's dropped the guess. I am stuck. I'm very stuck. It feels like we're on Mars. Is that an option? I'll go down in Botswana. This is going to be so far away. Okay, it was Oman. Oman is a tricky start. That has done some damage.
That's like a very, very difficult round if you don't know what you're doing.
Right, here we go. We've got white lines all over Europe, white lines. We've got, what's that? Premium stock feeds written on a sign. Okay, fair enough. What do we have here? Give way. So England English. Does not look like the UK though. Straight traffic. Look at those nice mountains. It can't be the US if we've got the white lines everywhere, right? So maybe it could be somewhere like New Zealand or Australia. Where's the sun? The sun's in the north, so southern hemisphere. So yes, we're thinking New Zealand or Australia. Yeah, no EU blue strip. I don't think I have many clues about New Zealand and Australia. This looks New Zealandy to me though with those mountains. We are playing with an Australian, so he'll be good here.
New Zealand. I feel like Jack has been around New Zealand. I feel like he's mentioned that to me in the past. So hopefully he gets the vibe. We got these red straps on the bollards here. That's going to be a New Zealand style bollard. As for where, it's extremely flat, like suspiciously flat here. We've got hedges in the background. If you see a lot of hedges in New Zealand, then it's often near Christchurch. I'm thinking of that. We're meeting up with two roads here. It's theoretically gettable. I might let Jack guess first here, man. I'm going to go for the 5K.
What side of the road are we driving on? We're driving on the left. Did New Zealand drive on the... I think Australia drive on the left. Did they drive on the left in Australia? I can't remember. I think they did. I think they drive on the right in New Zealand, but I might be wrong. Oh, please, finally a sign. Heddon Bush Road. That sounds more Australian than New Zealand. It just doesn't look that Australian to me. But maybe it is. Maybe it's just an area that I'm not familiar with. Kilometers? I don't know. We're going to go south where it's colder in Australia, right? I think they drive on the right in New Zealand. I might be wrong. I've dropped the guess. I think this is the first time I've done the guess first. Honestly, I am worried about this one. Let's see. It was New Zealand. Okay. Damn. I should have stuck with my instincts. I've lost. I was so close to going New Zealand for so long. Were we driving on the right?
Shouldn't have been. What gave you that impression?
For some reason, I thought they drove on the right in New Zealand, but clearly that is not true, is it? So that's why I switched to Australia.
As a rule of thumb, English-speaking countries that aren't Canada and US normally drive left. Here's a nice little tip for Australia versus New Zealand.
Yeah.
The vast majority of electricity poles in New Zealand are made from concrete, and the vast majority in Australia are made from wood.
Ooh.
It can go either way, but if you have a long round like that where you can actually get a good sample size, then you should at least see quite a few concrete ones in New Zealand. Oh, by the way, the Oman one,
Oh, yeah.
that was just hard. Like, I wasn't even sure.
There was no preparing for Oman in the cheat sheet. My cheat sheet is looking good, to be fair. I think what's screwing me up is we're getting a lot of rural rounds. It's when we've got roads that don't have any markings and stuff on is when I struggle.
I'll switch to a map that skews a little bit more urban.
Okay, we'll see what happens there.
Not completely urban, but it's got a higher chance.
But then I'll have no excuse. You're going to see something special in this round, all right?
Oh, Jack, I know I am. It's one of these Canadian rounds where I can't tell if we're on the east or the west, so that is a concern for sure. So we have birches. It feels quite northern. The road angle is west. Don't know, man. I'm really bad at this kind of round.
Okay, what have we got? We have yellow center. Think, Jack, think. Could be Canada then, maybe? Yeah, this feels like previous Canadian goals that we've had. We're at Northern Hemisphere. Let's check out this sign if we can. Get me over there. Come on, why are we barely moving? I just want to see this sign. Vehicles over 500. Okay, yeah. I think I plonk it in Canada. A similar area to where he has been going. There you go. I've thrown it. Oh, moose! There's a sign for moose. It's got to be Canada. Please. I was over in British Columbia. Oh, so many points off the bat. I got the country though. Next up, got lots of info. Let's check our truck. Is that a big blur? It's quite a big blur. I mean, it's got to be Africa looking around, hasn't it? But whereabouts in Africa? Do we want to go Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria?
Next one here is also difficult. So we got the white Google car, and we have Argentinian style poles. However, Argentina does not have this white Google car ever. So I'm thinking we have some imposters over here in Bolivia, and it looks like we're crossing a border or something, honestly, because we have a whole bunch of trucks lined up for no reason. So what could that mean? Are we down here or crossing the border? Bolivian coverage doesn't go to any borders in the green section, like east of the Andes. So east, northeast. Maybe we're on this border crossing here. It does look like we're about to go over a bridge or something. So I could see this one here working.
We don't have any lines on the road. We can't see any dirt around here. So I think I'm just going to have to look for actual clues. Okay, so it's non-English speaking. So I think Kenya speak English, right? Is this going to be presumably French then? Do they speak French in Nigeria? I think they do. We'll go down there and I'll just have a look about. Any clues here? No, not really. We'll go for it. We'll see. Right. Nightmare.
Unlucky Jack.
It wasn't the big game I was quite anticipating for myself.
I would say to you that the Canada, I was considering guessing where you guessed, actually.
Well, I guessed there because I noticed that's where you seem to have been guessing quite a few times, and it looked quite similar.
Yeah, it did, it did.
I think we've got to do one more. I know I said that was my big final game.
It has to be done. Okay, this time we are in Africa. Right where Jack just guessed. I hope he can come across some English, but it is very remote here.
Okay, we're driving on the right. Cool. Says Google Street View on that. Where's the sun? The sun, I think, is in the north. So we are southern hemisphere, driving on the right. We've got them big poles. We've got a fella in there. I don't know. I just do not know.
Now, this is going to be Ghana. Ghana often has this very, like, dark brown soil. It's very tropical feeling, and I would say more in the south of the country based on how lush it is. We do see some palm trees, and we are traveling to the south. So maybe this road, or maybe like this road here or something. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just guess that.
Does this look African or does this look Asian? Or does it look South American? I'm not getting any new clues. There's no lines on the road. Where's me road lines? He's dropped a guess. I'm gonna go Bolivia. I'm feeling crazy. No, don't go Bolivia. I should go in Asia. Where was it? It was Ghana. And he smashed it, obviously. It's a little bit of damage. That's fine. Africa's kind of doing me in a bit today, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, oh, we're not even on the road. We're parked up. There we go. We've moved back over. Okay, let's get to some cars. Where's the sun? The sun is north, so southern hemisphere? Where's this in the southern hemisphere? Oh, it's got to be Australia then, hasn't it? Yeah, it's got to be. What did he say about Australia? Concrete poles. No, wood poles. Oh, hang on. Where is that? Oh, I thought it was a country outline. It's just some scraped paint. Yeah, this has got to be Australia, but I just don't quite know where to go. It looks like some areas that I have visited. So I'm going to go along the east coast somewhere. Oh, imagine if I can get more points than the Australian. Wouldn't that be fantastic?
And we have wooden poles in Australia, so that's good. No road markings at all. This is extremely rural. Like, very difficult round by the standards of this map, unfortunately. Whereabouts? I was thinking New South Wales. Maybe, like, over here.
There's our wood poles, right? So would they be concrete if we're in New Zealand? That's very interesting. Right, should we throw out the guess? I think we should throw out the guess. It was around Halloween. Does that help much? No, it doesn't. I'm going to go more north than Sydney, I think. I'm going to go towards Cairns. It looks pretty warm, right? Oh, I don't know. This could be many places around that area. Townsville. I went to Townsville. I had a lovely time. I'm going to go for it. I'm dropping the guess. There you go. Come on, Jack. Please. I just want to beat him on one singular round. It would be absolutely marvelous. This is where I find out it's not even Australia. I should have stuck further down.
Unlucky, Jack.
Look, I got Australia, and that's all that matters, really, at the end of the day.
That was a good guess, and you got once again stitched up by the Bolivia, Western Africa 50-50.
Yeah, do you know what? Africa and myself are not on good terms after this recording. Well, I've got my cheat sheet. I'm going to have to keep revising in my personal time, I think.
I look forward to seeing the progression.
And when we next play, you're not even going to recognize me. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Go check out Zigzag's channel, because we always record a video over there at the same time. And yeah, see you later.